Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Photo Finds. This installment is for January 6, 2015. I'm Nick Russo. Thanks so much for stopping by this week. All right, let's get started on our update for this Tuesday. We're getting started at Animal Kingdom over here at the Harambe section of Africa. This, of course, is where the new theater for the Festival of the Lion King is located. But the reason I'm over here and bringing you over here is because it was announced recently that this area will be expanding. And they'll be adding an African marketplace to the Harambe section of the park. Now, there's going to be some dining options and some new elements. There's going to be booths and entertainment, I believe, and all kinds of shops and things like that. But, looking in both directions over here, there's not a huge amount of space. And I'm going to show you the artist rendering of what they want the area to look like. And you can see there's quite a bit going on in the rendering, and it's not just a couple of booths, it's quite an expansion. So I'm just wondering where it's going to be. I don't know if they're just going to put booths around this area. My best guess is there's an area that they'll be expanding into that we're not seeing right now. There is some space if you look across this little lagoon here behind the restroom building. There's a little bit of space over behind that fence, but it doesn't look like it's a huge amount of space. And there are some construction scrims and some construction walls up, so that kind of leads me to believe that's where some of it will be. But like I said, over in the existing Harambe section, there's not a huge amount of space. So I don't know exactly where we'll be seeing that African marketplace expansion, but nonetheless, it's exciting. I think that area is very unique and it's new, obviously. So I think it's a great time to continue adding to it. I really like it over there. All right, we're heading over here, over by the Flame Tree Barbecue at the entrance to Dino Land. What's new over here is this little uh, barista area. So this kind of went up pretty quickly. It's a very small building, and it goes nicely over here next to the barbecue, although it doesn't sell any of the items that are offered at the barbecue. That's what I thought it was going to be, kind of a quick service uh, area. And it is a quick service area, but I thought they would be serving things since it's attached to the barbecue. I thought they'd be serving some of the dishes that are offered at the barbecue, but it's just some snacks and some drinks. So it's just an additional refreshments location. Over to Doug and Russell's Wilderness Explorers Clubhouse. The only reason I took a picture of this was because the construction wall around the Tree of Life was moved back, making that area a little bit more accessible, and there's also some new foliage and bushes added to that area, if I'm not mistaken. All right, leaving Animal Kingdom, heading over to Hollywood Studios. We're getting a shot here of the former LA Prop Cinema Storage Store. So this is on the right side of Hollywood Boulevard, and the reason I'm getting a shot of this is because the construction walls, with the exception of a few walls, as you can see in the middle of your screen to the right of your screen, the construction walls are down. And if we get closer up here, we can take a look up at the sign, and it's directing you to go and get breakfast and lunch across the street at the Starring Rolls Cafe. But what we know now from a announcement is that this area will become the Trolley Car Cafe, and that's obvious from the sign, but what's not obvious is that this will be a Starbucks location, making it the third in-park Starbucks Disney run location. So obviously from this picture you can tell that that covered up logo down at the bottom of the marquee will be a Starbucks logo, and I guess they just don't want anyone trying to run in there getting their Starbucks when it's not open yet, but it'll be opening next month in February. While we're in Hollywood Studios, I just wanted to get a look up here at the Sorcerer's hat. Nothing's changed yet, but if you're watching this on the release date of this video, which will be January 6th, then demolition or removal of the hat will begin tomorrow on January 7th, and hopefully next week I can have some pictures of the process of it being removed. And that, of course, will give us a much better view as we head down Hollywood Boulevard to the Chinese Theater, and presumably this entire store that exists underneath the Sorcerer's hat will be removed as well. And that store, of course, sells some pins and other items. On this particular day, a character you don't always see in Hollywood studios or Disney World at all, Goofy's son Max was out here taking pictures with guests in front of the Sorcerer's hat. Heading over to the Streets of Life while we're Streets of Life, the Streets of America while we're in Hollywood studios, getting a look. The Osborne family spectacle of dancing lights were still up, so it takes them a while to put these things up. I'm sure it takes them a shorter amount of time to get them down, but just a couple days after the event ended, they are still up, and they'll probably remain up for at least a week or two, if not more. Although some construction walls have gone up against some of the larger displays, like this Christmas tree and some of the carousels, so those are coming down as the season has come to an end. It is sad for some of you, I'm sure. Heading over here to where the Backlot Studio tour was, this is the first time I've visited this area or even this park since the trolley was removed. So all the signage has been gone since the attraction closed, but this is the first time I've seen the facade and the attraction entrance without even the trolley. It did stay for a little while. Some of the theming of the Backlot tour is still in the area because the food court is still themed to that, whole red, black, and yellow color scheme right across the way. While we're back in this area, just getting a look up at the new advertising for some of the movies. Cinderella coming out on March 13th, and right around the corner, Into the Woods, starring Meryl Streep. Alright everyone, that's going to do it for Photo Finds this week for January 6th, 2014. 15, I'm so sorry. Thanks so much for watching, and until next week, have fun guys. Bye.